I'm John Peters. I was a former fighter pilot in the Royal Air Force. Obviously, not a very good one because I got shot down and captured, and I was held as a prisoner of war in Iraq. That at 29, pretty much a juxtaposition in my life, and that catapulted me to global fame. So I then balanced my career within the Air Force with this measure of fame. And then I left the Air Force in 2000, and I started a business consultancy looking at innovation, strategy, leadership, and change from my experiences. And much of it based on things like human factors, which the Air Force was good at. And the aviation sector tends to be in advance of most other sectors, is how do individuals and organizations learn from failure? So I'd done an MBA. I got a distinction in my MBA, which I was quite proud of. So from my experience, I wanted to take a risk and see whether I could run a business consultancy. So I've been doing that now for 25 years. I'm at the tail end of my career. I've worked globally. It used to sell. I'm a professor of a Russian university. Used to sell, doesn't sell anymore. No, but in Singapore, Australia, all around Europe, um, principally senior teams with blue chip companies. I'm a professor of a couple of universities. I'm not an academic, but I've been given an honorary doctorate. And yes, now I'm at the end of my career, and I've been unbelievably blessed. In terms of my advice, advice is a dangerous thing, isn't it? It's the only advice that none of us want. For all the books I've read, and it's one thing I am not particularly good at. I am a provocateur rather than probably why I became a consultant. But when I'm saying leading at scale of significant organizations, my best advice is political intelligence. It is a real skill to be able to manage, and I think it demonstrates leads to scale. There's always someone with vision. There's people who are brilliant at execution, but it aligns right. Aristotle's effective rhetoric, when you go logos, pathos, ethos. Yes, you've got to have a logic to your leadership. Yes, you've got to have heart, absolutely. And everyone quotes emotional intelligence. But ethos is this idea of spirit of the time. And I kind of would almost relate that to the politics of that group, that community you lead doesn't quite, how does it fit? How do you, it's set in its ways. How do you lead it to something different? And it's that beautiful thing, actually, and I'm not taking politics as negative. It's being able to guide people where they have not yet seen, and so it is learn to be politic, or else you'll never be able to lead at scale.
Great advice. John Peters, thank you very much for being on the Inspiring Leadership podcast and sharing your wisdom and for your service to your country. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Good to speak with you.